Thaloriel Tidehush. The launch bells tolled like iron heartbeats across the velvet dark harbour of Port Nocturne. Thaloriel Tidehush. Her name, a hush upon every lip, stood upon the prow of the star schooner Whisperglass as its obsidian sails unfurled with the hush of silk drawn across a coffin lid. Below deck, the engines, part organ, part engine, began their solemn threnody, and the rift yawned before them, a wound in the firmament bleeding violet light. To the void, she whispered, and whatever hungers there. Commander Valerius pressed a gloved hand to the memory shard embedded beneath his clavicle. The Envo, Yi's mask black velvet sewn with galaxies, swam up from the crystal like a drowned face. "You will seek the star that sings," the mask had murmured, voice soft as mothwing. "And when it opens its mouth, you will crawl inside." He remembered the way the envoy's breath had smelled of lilacs and formaldehyde, and how the contract had burned cold as moonlight when he signed in blood that was not quite blood. The impossible star bloomed on the forward scopes, a sphere of shifting amethyst light, pulsing with a melody that tasted of honey and rust. Navigator Auriel's fingers trembled across the sensorium glass. Every reading returned the same impossible truth. No mass, no heat, only song. The velvet frequencies slid across the bridge like unseen hands, and every crew member felt their bones vibrate in sympathetic resonance. "It knows us," Thaloriel breathed, eyes wide as dying suns. Sable-locked engineer Morcant clutched the copper locket at his throat. Within it, the final letter from his daughter. Her name, forbidden now, shimmered like a dying ember. To buy his birth, he had surrendered her future. A single signature had condemned her to the debtor's moon, where the air itself was bought by the lungful. The price, a lifetime of guilt, wrapped in a velvet ribbon of stars. He tasted iron and regret, and wondered if the void would taste the same. The derelict drifted across their bow, once proud, now draped in bruise-coloured nebula silk that fluttered like funeral crepe. Its hull bore no scars, only velvet soft as skin, as though the ship had been gentled into sleep. Thaloriel ordered grappling lines cast. The Whisperglass shuddered as if recoiling from contact. Through the viewport, she saw the other vessel's nameplate half swallowed by the silk, Revenant's Dream. No crew, no logs, only a single rose carved from obsidian lying on the empty bridge. Dr. Seraphine's hands shook as the memory shard flared between her ribs. She saw herself again in the candlelit chamber, the velvet-masked envoy offering her the one thing she craved beyond measure, the resurrection of her beloved. All she need do was whisper a name, Thaloriel's name, into the envoy's waiting ear. The betrayal had cost Seraphine her soul, though she could not say when she had last felt it. Now the star's song reached into her, and she heard her beloved's voice singing back. The singing star expanded, petals of violet light unfolding like a flower of glass and dream. It enveloped the Whisperglass with a lover's languor. Hull plates sighed and began to transmute, obsidian becoming velvet, iron becoming sigh. Thaloriel felt the change in her marrow. The ship no longer merely sailed the void, it was becoming the void's own dreaming skin. Through the translucent bulkheads, she saw her crew's faces blurring, features softening into something between flesh and starlight. The three betrayals, Valerius's oath, Morcant's sacrifice, Seraphine's whispered treachery, coalesced into a single shimmering chord that harmonized with the star's relentless song. Each secret burned like phosphor in their chests, demanding absolution or annihilation. Thaloriel stood at the convergence, her own heart a compass spinning wildly. "Choose," the star sang, "between the lonely self and the endless we." Velvet tendrils caressed their faces, promising either dissolution into perfect unity or solitary survival in a cage of bone and memory. They chose as one, though no voice was raised. The Whisperglass dissolved into a bloom of ultraviolet mist. The crew's bodies softened into velvet light and merged with the star's pulsing heart. Thaloriel felt her last human heartbeat echo across infinity, and in that echo she heard her crew's memories, her own betrayal, their loves, their losses, braided into a single endless melody. Now they drift forever, neither ship nor crew but something other. The Velvet Void Voyagers, a constellation of regret and wonder, singing the rift's haunting lullaby to any soul brave or foolish enough to listen.